Hello friends, so I have brought the story which is full of romance and gossip, and I can say with confidence that after watching this, you too won't be able to stop yourself from feeling regretful. So let's get started. The movie begins with Noha, whom we see at the airport. The thing is, Zena, who is Noha's best friend, is getting married soon, and that's why Noha has to go to her. But Noha isn't very happy deep inside because she feels that Nick will definitely come to Zena's wedding. He won't come. So what gossip is in the movie? Will Johnny Sins come? Well, Noha is looking at some papers at the airport. Just then Nick's photo appears in front of her, which was printed in a book. Seeing it, Noha didn't even remember a single flashback. After that, Noha goes to board her flight. On the plane, a guy was sitting near Noha's seat. Noha accidentally spills coffee on his pants. This guy's name was Simon. Simon doesn't say anything even after Noha spills coffee on him because he starts talking to her after seeing her youth. But Noha doesn't pay him much attention. After a little chat, everyone arrives at the arena where Zena's wedding was to take place. After exiting the airport, Simon comes to Noha and asks for her phone number. Damn, he seems like Johnny Sin's nephew. They just met a little while ago and he directly asked for her number. By the way, do you guys also ask for someone's number so quickly? Well, Noha refuses to give Simon her number. So Simon tells her that he will be staying in this city for a few days. If we accidentally meet again in this big city, you must definitely go for coffee with me. Only then did Noha agree. Now, as soon as Simon leaves, Zena arrives here. Zena is very happy to meet Noha here and is also very excited for her wedding because she has planned a lot of things here. Everything she had thought of was happening exactly as planned. But then Noha asks her if Nick is going to come here too. To which Zena says, "Look Noha, you and Nick are our best friends. So Nick will definitely come here. If he doesn't, we would feel very bad. So his coming is absolutely certain." Noha tells Zena that she doesn't want to see him again because Noha gets wet as soon as she sees Nick. Then Zena explains to her that nothing like that will happen and it's been many days since your breakup. So nothing like that will happen, and Noha also agrees to this. The next day, when Noha comes to the party after bathing and getting ready, her eyes fall on Nick, who had just arrived there. Seeing Nick, Noha hides because seeing Nick makes her desires awaken. This is all fine, but in this party Noha isn't looking too hot. Tell me in the comment box how hot she looks to you. Well, after that Noha joins the party. But even there Noha kept looking at Nick repeatedly. But Nick wasn't looking at Noha at all. Seeing this, Noha felt very bad. Now the guy Noha was talking to, Nick comes to him and starts talking to that guy. Seeing this also made Noha feel very bad. After this, when everyone was taking family photos, they encountered each other. But here Noha just kept looking at Nick, and Nick didn't even look towards Noha with an attitude and walked past her. After that, everyone starts going to the place where Zena and Lynn's wedding was to take place. But here, Noha had to go with Nick even though she didn't want to, because she absolutely didn't want to since Nick was ignoring her. When these two were going together in the car, they didn't even flinch a bit. They were just looking at each other. Nick sees that Noha was still wearing the necklace he had given her. Seeing this, Nick's desires awakened. Noha was also getting hot inside. But neither had the courage to say anything to the other. After driving for a while, they reached the place where Zena and Lynn's wedding was to take place. Upon arriving, everyone starts rehearsing for the wedding, how the wedding will finally be. Who will be the best man, which is why these two have to stay together even though they don't want to. When everyone comes together to eat dinner at night, Nick and Noha are sitting close by. Then Noha tries to talk to Nick. But Nick starts talking to Luca, who is sitting next to her. After eating, everyone parties. Where Noha and Nick were secretly looking at each other. Brother, now their heat has reached a high level. It seems something is about to happen. Let me tell you what will happen. Wait a little. Then finally, the next day, Zena and Lan's wedding begins. Here both were very excited, and before exchanging rings, both promise that they will always support each other and always stand by each other. After that, their wedding is completed. Then at night there is a party where everyone dances. Zena and Lon were very happy with each other. Nick asks Lon, "And brother, where are you planning to go for the honeymoon?" Lon tells him the name of a nice place. I don't remember it, but he says that he wants to take Zena under a waterfall there and have explosive sex in her cave. Where just the two of them under the open sky will taste their cannon on Zena's spot. After this, Zena and Lon start dancing together. And here Noha and Nick were dancing while pretending with each other. But as soon as they touched, a powerful current ran between them and they couldn't control themselves. So they both go to a deserted room and start kissing each other, and there they do everything with each other that they used to do before. Well, after everything happens, Noha tells Nick here that she can stay with him. But you will have to forget my past mistakes. Only then will I be able to move forward with you. But it wasn't that easy for Nick. He quietly leaves Noha and goes away. So the next day, Noha also forgets everything and focuses on her work. She balances her mind and starts doing jobs at different places when, due to an accident, she gets injured and goes to the hospital to get a bandage. At the same place where Noha was getting the bandage, we also see Michael in the same hospital. Then ahead, we see that Michael's boss calls him and says that some of your university reports have come to us. What you did was very wrong, and because of this, perhaps we cannot keep you in this hospital. Hearing this, Michael becomes very sad. Now, on the other hand, we see Nick, who is in a meeting. Here he was discussing with all the office people that their business is not running properly. Then here Nick decides that he will invest in an AI company like Metaverse. Only then can we benefit. On the other hand, we see Noha, who is going to give a job interview in her car. But just then, at a traffic signal, she sees a man. Noha didn't understand who this guy was. So she shows him the middle finger and leaves from there. But we find out that this guy was none other than Simon. Meanwhile, Noha meets the boss of an AI company in search of a new job. The boss was busy with work here and was also talking to Noha. Noha was telling him all about herself, and just then we see that this guy is none other than Simon, and Simon was surprised to see Noha here. But he was also very happy because he likes Noha. He tells Noha that we recently met at a traffic signal too. But there you showed me the middle finger. Then here Noha says that she made a big mistake. Perhaps she won't be able to take this job. But if she does, she will think and tell, and then she leaves from there. After that, we see both Nick and Sophia together, who used to live with each other. Actually, Sophia is Nick's personal lawyer. But she is less of a lawyer and more of a girlfriend. They both do everything with each other that girlfriends and boyfriends do together. Here, Sophia asks Nick, "You went to Zena's wedding, and so didn't you meet Noha there?" To which Nick says, "I did, but we didn't talk." But he had done everything that he couldn't tell Sophia about. Meanwhile, Noha wasn't getting a job anywhere. So she comes to Simon's office, where she joins Simon's office, and Simon was only wishing for Noha to come to him because he likes her. He doesn't just like her brother, he wants to dig Noha's pink cave, that's all, nothing else. On the other hand, our Nick was missing Noha terribly. He was looking at her photos. Well, Nick was also telling his company people that we are going to invest in the AI company soon. But then it turns out that their company's share value is falling. Then an idea comes to Nick's mind. He goes to Sophia and tells her that your father is a politician, and if we tell the world that we are in a relationship, it could benefit both of us. Your father will also get considerable support, and our company's share value will also increase considerably. Here both agree, and Sophia was only wishing for Nick to tell everyone that Sophia is his girlfriend. Meanwhile, Simon and Noha had also started spending a lot of time together. Somewhere both had started to like each other. Simon had even kissed Noha here once. But here Noha says that this is being hasty. We should take a little time. She doesn't want to move forward so quickly. The next day, Simon tells everyone in the office that some investors are coming to our company. Saying this, Simon and Noha start having fun in the office itself. Just then Nick arrives here. Nick had actually come as an investor for them, but here he saw something else. That Noha had become attracted to a guy named Simon. And here, when Simon saw that Noha and Nick knew each other from before, he was also very surprised by this. Then here, Nick tells him that she is my stepsister and to keep some distance from her. But while being here, Nick understood that there must be something going on between Simon and Noha that they are hiding from him. On the other hand, the plan that Sophia and Nick had made was successful. Since they announced their relationship, the share value had increased, and moreover, Sophia's father's chances of winning had also increased. Because of which, both were benefiting from it. On the other hand, we see that Simon and Noha were getting very close to each other. Seeing this, Nick was feeling very jealous. When Noha is with Zena one day, she sees Nick and Sophia's photo in a magazine, which these two are in a relationship. Seeing this, Noha feels very bad, and just then Noha sees Michael there. Noha goes to meet Michael. At first, Michael ignores Noha. But because of Noha repeatedly calling him, Michael angrily tells Noha that because of you, my entire life is ruined, and please don't tell your brother about us meeting here. Saying this, Michael leaves from there. This hurts Noha a lot. So she calls Sophia and tells her what your issue is with Michael. The mistake was mine. But Sophia tells her that we have taken some legal action against Michael, which was very necessary. Then Noha says that if the mistake is mine, then someone else shouldn't be punished. Therefore you people should let Michael go. After that, Noha comes to her stepdad's house, where she meets all the people. And moreover, Noha's younger sister Maggie also comes here, who lives with her mother. But sometimes she comes here and Maggie and Noha are very good friends. They understand each other very well and she takes great care of Maggie. Now Nick here tells Noha that this is a very bad thing. You shouldn't have messy relationships with the boss of the place where you work. But here Noha tells him that for now, you are my brother here, not the boss, so I cannot take your advice. Nick had also understood that if that's the case, then fine, he would handle all the things. The next day, Nick goes to Simon's office. Going there, he announces that from now on, no employee can be in a relationship with anyone. This thing bothers Simon. He goes to Nick and says that you cannot make rules like this in my own office. But here Nick says that this rule is very necessary. Only then will everyone be able to work properly. Now Noha goes to Simon's house. Simon says that I don't care about the company. I only care about you. But Noha was telling him that my brother will not rest until he separates us. So it's better that we distance ourselves from each other. Nick had installed cameras all over Simon's office. In one place he saw that Simon and Noha were fighting. Seeing this, he felt very good, and then Noha goes to Nick. She tells Nick that I cannot stay here, so here is my resignation letter, because she is with Simon and she wants to be with him, which is against the rules. Just like you are with Sophia. But here Nick says that it's not what you think. But he didn't tell her that he is not with Sophia. Now he was trying to get close to her. Then Noha says, aren't there cameras installed here for you now? So Nick doesn't say anything. The next day, Noha goes to drop Maggie off at her mother's place. Just then Nick also arrives there. Nick's mother comes to pick up Maggie and now wants to talk to him. Here Nick's mother tells him something that left Nick completely stunned. She was saying that I am going to give Maggie's custody to her father because I have blood cancer, which is in the last stage, and I only have a few days left as a guest. So she cannot take care of Maggie, so you will have to take care of her, and moreover you will have to forgive me. Saying this, she leaves from here. Noha had seen all these things. So she wanted to be Nick's support here. Now these people take Maggie to their home and then are about to go to sleep when Nick tells Noha that he doesn't want to be alone tonight. I want to be with you. For this, Noha also agrees with great difficulty because the cave was dry too. After that, these two go to the room and do what they do. I cannot tell, but whatever they do, you should watch it. After both of them break the bed, the next morning when Nick woke up, he saw that Noha wasn't next to him. Seeing this, he felt very bad. Just then Maggie tells him that Noha left in the morning itself. On the other hand, we see Noha, who was feeling very bad because Nick didn't want to be with her and yet wanted to be with her. She couldn't understand. Just then she starts bleeding and goes to the hospital, and there the doctor tells Noha that actually Noha is pregnant. After hearing this, the ground slips from under Noha's feet. The doctor tells her that this didn't just happen. Rather, 3 to 4 months have passed. You have a baby inside you, so you will have to take very good care of yourself. Just then, Michael had seen all these things because he was present in the same hospital. Michael hadn't heard properly. So he goes to his boss's office and extracts all the information there. He had found out that actually Noha is pregnant and the father is Nick. Now Noha tells all these things to her best friend Zena and says that there is a very big problem. She cannot tell Nick about this because all this happened when we met at the wedding. After this, Michael meets Sophia. He tells Sophia to keep the legal action that was taken against me to yourself. Otherwise I will tell everyone all these things. He had told Sophia here about Noha's pregnancy. He started blackmailing her. So Sophia also gets scared. She didn't understand what Michael ultimately intends to do. Because if Michael speaks up, Nick's entire company could sink. Now Sophia goes with Nick to a party, where Sophia was observing Nick to see what exactly is going on between Nick and Noha. Right there, they shake hands with the metaverse company and make a deal with them. Right there, Sophia and Noha meet each other. In the course of conversation, Sophia tells Noha here that there are some things that cannot be told to Nick. Right there, Nick and Noha also meet. Nick saw here that Noha's health was a little unwell. So he goes to her and then goes to drop her off at her home immediately because her health was genuinely bad. But Nick doesn't know that actually Noha is pregnant. Here Noha says, "Can you forgive me?" But Nick says that it won't be that easy for me and he leaves from there. Now a few days later we find out that Nick's mother has passed away. All the people had come to her funeral and everyone was supporting Nick here. Right here we see Noha, who is taking great care of Maggie because she understands her very well and also explains things to her very well. Now Sophia meets Noha here. She tells her that I know you are pregnant and that the child is Nick's. But if Nick doesn't want to accept it, then you should leave from here. Before leaving, she meets Maggie in her house. She tells Maggie that this room is now yours. Whenever she comes here, just give me a place to stay here. She says very nice things to her and leaves from here. Now Sophia and Nick were together, so Nick tells Sophia here that we should separate now and perhaps we should break up because that would be right. But Sophia says that you are afraid. You are afraid of your father, of respecting him. You are afraid of forgiving people because if you had to forgive, you would have forgiven Noha by now. All these things hurt Nick deeply. On the other hand, we see that Michael had thought that perhaps Sophia and Nick had withdrawn the legal action they had taken. But that didn't happen. His problems were increasing. He was getting into more and more trouble, and now perhaps since legal action has been taken against him, his condition is going to worsen a lot. Just then in the hospital, Michael meets Vera, whom he was stunned to see. He had understood that this is the key with which he can now resolve all the entanglements. Meanwhile, when Noha was about to leave everything and go from here, Nick comes to meet Noha. Nick still doesn't know that actually Noha is pregnant. He had only come here to stop her, and Noha was hiding her stomach so that Nick wouldn't see it. But finally here Noha had told him that she is pregnant. But despite being pregnant, Nick here couldn't understand whose child it ultimately was. He thought it was Simon's. So he says that even if it is Simon's, he will accept it. But hearing this, Noha gets angry and leaves from here and drives the car very fast. Then they stop at a place and now everything was fine when suddenly a guy comes here and shoots Nick and flees from there. Seeing this, Noha gets much panicked. She felt that perhaps Nick wouldn't survive. He was taken to the hospital, and when he regained consciousness after a few months/years, he was perfectly fine. He doesn't even know that he was in a coma for months, and by then they had a small baby who was very beautiful, and seeing this, Nick felt very good that Noha had managed so much all alone. Even without me. Now while sleeping at night, when Nick saw here that his baby wasn't next to him, he was stunned. He couldn't understand who had taken his child. Just then Vera makes an entry who had now kept that child with her and was saying that this child is now hers, whom she will take with her, and Nick cannot watch all this happen. Although he hadn't recovered properly. But cunningly he had pressed the assist button. He was in pain so he couldn't do anything when we also see Michael here who was present here with Vera. Here Nick is completely injured and Noha alone couldn't do anything. Because of which, it seemed that the situation was out of control and now nothing could be done. Here Vera tries to run away but just then the dog stops her. So here Noha sends the dog inside and stands here with Vera herself who had the baby in her hands. But the dog had gone inside and now Michael was trying to kill Noha when that dog comes to Michael and throws him down badly through the glass, because of which he gets badly injured. Noha, seizing the opportunity, had snatched her baby from Vera, and just in time the police also arrive here. So they arrest Michael and Vera here and in this way they get out of this situation. Now a few days later Nick and Noha's wedding begins. Where all the people had come and Nick and Noha were also very excited. Here we also see Sophia who was very happy about their wedding. After that, these people start leaving from here and then we see that they leave in Nick's favorite car. But the driving is done by Noha because Nick had some problems, and with this the movie ends here. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe to Movo Reels, where every movie tells its story.